Hello everyone, this is Darcinovia here. This is my review on the third book in the Republic Commando series, True Colors, which it may become to a surprise to some of you if you watch my Legacy of the Force reviews. I really like this book. In fact, I feel like these novels get better and better with each one. I liked Triple Zero more than Hard Contact, etc. Now, what is it about this novel that I like above the others? Well, the thing I like about, or at least love about Triple Zero, which I'm going to explain more in detail with this, I should have mentioned this in my review, Triple Zero actually developed the Mandalorian culture more and the language. I mean, Triple Zero in the back of the book has a glossary of all the Mando words. And that's really cool. I don't think Karen Traviss invented the Mandalorian language, but I thought it was really cool that she went through all that effort to flesh out the Mandalorian culture. And I think this novel, adds more layers to that. I also find that, great that, this novel gets more in depth with these characters' personal lives. Because, in this novel, I think this is the novel I feel like these characters feel like real people, and you can't help but feel for them and care about them. And I think that's a good story. And I think that's great writing. I know some people may think the concept of a love story between a clone trooper and a Jedi to be really stupid. I don't have a problem with it. I don't, even though a good chunk of Inten, most of her time in the book, is focused on her, trying to be safe until her child is, born. I think, it, reading the chapters or the parts of her, where she's dealing with making hard choices, and I think it's really interesting because, let's be honest, in the Clone Wars, a majority of the Jedi that we read about, are guys like Mace Windu, Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi. It isn't often that we read about a Jedi that has just average Force abilities. And I think what makes Intan an interesting character to read about, because she isn't like those Jedi. She's just an average Jedi that isn't really, that great, and is kind of mediocre at what she does. And I think that's what makes her character relatable, because you can relate to a character who constantly struggles. And that's the thing about these characters I think I love. I mean, having these characters struggle throughout this entire novel, makes you feel like you're there with them. I mean, there's a point in the novel where one of the characters, one of my favorite characters, Phi, he gets injured, and it makes you wonder when you're reading it if he's going to make it. And you feel nervous every time you read about these characters in various combat situations. And not to mention the storyline for this book, the main part of it is them trying to track down a scientist, a Cimmerian scientist that could actually possibly give Durman, Phi, Ordo, and many of the other Mandalorians, clones, the ARC troopers, a chance to have a normal life, to actually have a normal lifespan. And I think that makes a great story. Of course, this also, gets into, detail of, how corrupt the Republic is and the Jedi. And it was hard to put this book down when I read it. I know I took my time to read it, but because I didn't want this book to end. That's how good it was. And the next novel in the series, Order 66, will cover a lot of ground, so it's going to be a while before I get to Order 66. True Colors, in my opinion, if you love the other two novels and you're a fan of Mandalorians and you're a fan of the clones, I think you would love this one as well. It's not something you should pick up first if this is your first video of mine that you're watching. You'll want to go back to reading the other novels. I think True Colors, is a great addition to the Star Wars expanded universe, and you should definitely read it if you love 000. I give True Colors a classic rating. I think it's really good. I'm looking forward to reading, Order 66, and I'm looking forward to giving my final thoughts on this so far amazing series. If I had to be honest, this is probably my favorite part of the Clone Wars era so far that I've read. And every time I read these novels, I'm excited to read about more of these amazing characters that Karen Traviss, created. This is Darcenovia, over and out. May the Force be with you, and next time we're going to return to the world of comics, which will be issue 17 of classic Marvel Star Wars. Have a happy whatever, and may the Force be with you always.